Good morning and welcome to the Mike and the Haas Show, powered by the Yum Shop on the Pulse in New Hampshire. I'm Mike Dene, and alongside Charlie Hossack, we are Mike and the Haas. How we doing, Charlie? Rainy weekend.
Oh my gosh!
Rainy weekend. I'm not really happy about it.
Snow on top of Mount Washington, and cold, and kind of a yuck. And we really can't shake it. We can't shake the bad weather. Bad weather. And I'm hoping at some point. Last week we talked about. We thought we're finally going to be in a position where we could talk exciting like summer weather and warm weather, and you have a day or two, and then it gets cold again. And I'm ready just for it to be summer.
No lie, they're calling for snow in parts of New Hampshire this weekend.
Yeah. I was going to say, Mount Washington, it's snowing.
Snow, 3,000 feet.
Yeah, if you go up to the top of Mount Washington,
you are going to have snow.
I know I'm not going to show my feet on the show this morning, but I'm wearing my socks from the Mount Washington Observatory. Nimbus, the cat that lives up there, got a chance to go up there and do a tour last year, and you got to see Nimbus the cat in his cute little outfit. I'm a cat guy, but you know that. But my daughter got me these Nimbus socks, and I just love it. I just love them.
Good share.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, I'm ready for summer. The one thing though, something positive to talk about. You know that I love to go out into the woods and walk on the trails and stuff.
Yep.
Last night, it was kind of late, and I went out there. It was a little wet, but it was still light, Mike, at 8:20. I got off the trail at 8:20 p.m. and it was still light. I still didn't feel like I was going to get eaten by something in the woods.
Light is awesome in the spring, except for one thing: middle school dances, because there's a middle school dance.
Oh yeah.
And the kids don't like it. They want shades. They want it to be dark.
The dance ends and it's still light.
Yeah, they don't like that at all.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's get this thing going. Mike and the Haas is powered by the Yum Shop, located in the heart of downtown Wolfboro, and can be found on the Pulse of New Hampshire radio stations and all over the world on the Pulse of New Hampshire app. You can always catch up and listen to our previous shows on the Pulse Podcast Network, Spreaker, Audible, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. The Yum Shop has over 100 varieties of fresh baked goods, including 6 different types of bread and a full-service ice cream bar, and, of course, their most famous item, the gingerbread cookie. Make sure to visit the Yum Shop the next time you're in Wolfboro or online at yumyumshop.com. And while you're there, enter the discount code of Mike and the Haas to receive 20% off Gingy Box. Now, we want to thank the Heinz Group of Philadelphia and London for sponsoring our Facebook Live and YouTube Live feeds, so you can see our smiling faces as we talk to you about sports. And you can obviously catch us on social media.
We are on X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So give us a like, follow us, and we love to interact with our listeners.
We have some interesting things that we're going to do on the show. We have a game at the end of the show.
We do have a game.
And then we're going to dig into my phone.
Which is kind of exciting but scary at the same time.
And there's a little story to it, so I'll
we're calling this segment like "What's on Mike's phone?"
That's literally what it's calling it.
What's on Mike's phone?
So, but right now it's opening things brought to you by the Back Bay Boathouse,
where you can enjoy delicious food and drinks right next to the lake. Don't forget to order the $5 Mike in the Haas penalty box during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Did you do wings this week? Did you do any of that stuff?
No, I ate at the club.
Okay.
I ate at the club. With League, they have different dinners, and there was fried chicken.
Oh,
and
sounds good. So when you're saying the club, the Kingswood Golf
Club, yes, who is a proud sponsor of Mike and the Haas too.
So good food there. I love, by the way, I love when you talk about it. I've got League tonight. You're always telling me I have League. It's like it's a little elitist. Tonight, this evening, I'll be going to the country club to play in the league.
If you've got a chance to play in a golf league, there's nothing like it. I've played in hockey leagues. I've played in softball leagues.
Yeah,
golf league is special. Yes, that is special.
Yeah,
we'll do that another time.
All right.
Anyway, can I go?
Please.
We've talked a little bit about the show that the current CBA in Major League Baseball is coming to an end in December.
Yeah.
And Major League Baseball has given their opening proposal. And they are going for a hard salary cap.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But more importantly, a hard salary floor.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers that they have initiated, this is their first proposal, is a $246 million cap and $172 million floor. So they want to bring it within about $75 million from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
I'm absolutely all in on this.
Yeah.
I think that now the only reason why I'm a little bit hesitant is because it gets the Red Sox off the hook. And the Red Sox are a big market team who can afford a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets them off the hook. But we said that about the Bruins years ago when the NHL went to the hard salary cap and the Jacobs weren't spending, and the Jacobs were a big proponent of the salary cap in the NHL because it got them off the hook.
Right.
Same thing's happening with the Red Sox. Bigger picture, it's not about me. It's not about my local team. It's about what's best for Major League Baseball. And I think that this is really important for Major League Baseball so that Dogs, Cleveland Guardians are working under the same rules that the Los Angeles Dodgers are,
sure.
and the New York Yankees, and and so on. And so you don't have these massive spitters. We are coming to a work stoppage.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely happening.
Dog predicted the strike
because the Major League Baseball Players Association, they just want to go with the tax. They don't want to touch this. And revenue sharing's involved with this. Major League Baseball is offering 50-50 on local revenue sharing, in addition to the big packages that they're expecting in 2028.
Right.
But they're offering local revenue sharing, which is I'm a little bit. So part of me, the small capitalist part of me, the very small capitalist part of me,
little C,
the little C. I don't necessarily. I think that there are teams that underperform in terms of promoting their team in their market.
Okay.
I'll use like the Kansas City Royals, for instance.
Yeah.
I think the Kansas City Royals could invest a lot more into their promotion and their marketing than they do relative to, a team that does a really good job with that would probably be like the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers, even though they're a small market team, they do a good job as far as regional action with the Milwaukee Brewers. And so you get a lot of regional thing there.
Right. The
local TV thing is where it's going to hit the rub because the New York Yankees, I think, are on I was going to say the fan network. It's not the Sprint fan network.
Yeah, isn't it Yes?
Yes Network. Thank you. The Yes Network, which is massive
Yeah.
and that generates billions of dollars for their team. They're going to be sharing that under Major League Baseball's proposal. It's just not going to happen. But Major League Baseball would not be proposing this if the ownership has not already signed off on it.
Right.
So I do think there's some hope. Now the players don't want this. What I like most about this, though, is the floor. I want the floor, and it brings into sort of what we talked about last week with relegation.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't afford the floor, and if you don't want to pay the floor, then get out of the game.
Get out of the game, yeah.
And give it to somebody else who can afford the floor.
Yeah, or who wants to try to afford the floor. Can I ask a question just to clarify? I want to understand this. So if let's just say this were proposed as is, okay? What does that do with the current team? So we'll use the Dodgers, for example, the amount of money that they are spending on their players. Like how does that work?
So the Dodgers spent, I believe, $449 million this past year on their salaries. But about $150 million of that was their luxury tax, their penalty tax that was there. So their true out-of-pocket salary was somewhere around $320, something like that. I don't know how it works into their deferred money.
Okay.
I don't know how that game that they're doing works with that. But the Dodgers theoretically would have to come down, call it $60 million.
Okay.
That's impactful.
Yeah. So that means you're getting rid of players.
It means you're getting rid of players.
You're asking people to take a pay cut,
or they're grandfathered in.
Yeah.
And so now you wonder about, all right, all these long-term 20-year deals that there's the Shohei Ohtanis and the deferred money.
Yeah.
Do the Dodgers see this down the road coming, and they're saying we're going to sign all these guys and we're going to be grandfathered in, so we'll have these players,
right?
Because the players aren't going to be obviously giving back money.
No, they're not going to want to take a pay cut. Nobody wants to take a pay cut.
No, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I just think that this is a step in the right direction. But the big picture here is that we are looking at a massive work stoppage that is going to probably last years, because it seems from what I read that that Major League Baseball and the ownerships are digging in.
Mm-hmm.
That they are digging into the model that they have, and they have clearly said that they want an NHL model.
Yeah.
They don't want an NFL model. They want an NHL model. They don't even want the NBA model. They want a hard cap, hard floor. I mean, we know the cap in the NFL is weird, but I think in that sport it kind of has to be because of the injuries and what happens with any massive rosters and so on. The NBA, we've talked about the NBA salary system and how that's screwy also, that you're above the tax, you're below the tax, you can be there for 4 years, you can't be there for 4 years, you have supermax contracts, all that kind of BS that goes on there. You don't talk about that with the NHL.
No.
Hard cap.
Yeah, there it is.
Which brings you your Carolina Hurricanes into the mix.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It brings those kinds of teams into the mix. And I like it. I think it's better for the sport. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's great. We talked about this a lot. I mean, I think all three of us have mentioned that this needs to happen because you end up with these the juggernaut teams, and you can pretty much pick. These are the 4 or 5 teams that are always going to be playing in October, and the smaller market teams. You have the anomaly here and there. We always go back to, Moneyball's so old now, but you kind of go back to this is how they got in, and maybe the smaller market team can make it and they can make a run. And we've seen that and we get excited about that. But I like it. I like the fact that if they were to do this, then, gosh, this is kind of totally different to me, how I think politically, but you kind of level the playing field so that it's fair for every single Major League Baseball team.
The way that professional sports are going, it's no longer you are a rich family who owns a team. You have to be a private equity fund that owns a team. And that's who's buying up these things because everything's got out of control. Now, if they do this, and we haven't seen it happen in the NHL, but if they do this, I don't want the owners pocketing more money. I want them to somehow turn this back to the fans and say, okay, we're going to lower the tickets.
Yeah.
We're not going to have NESN charging $35 a month for their service. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go to games. I want to be able to reduce it.
But let's talk just a little bit about this, only because I totally agree with you, and that can happen. But think of it in terms like our life right now. For example, we use the toll system, for example, right? Tolls were built to pay for roads, to maintain roads, and there was always this promise of once we've established what we need, the tolls will disappear. Yeah. We know that doesn't happen, right? So are these baseball owners really going to lower ticket prices? Are they really going? No, they're going to continue to, the price goes up. Once your ticket price goes to $20, and I'm just, obviously I wish our ticket were $20. It's never going to go below 20. It's only going to go to 21, 22. And it's going to do is just go up maybe slower.
This becomes a societal question.
Yeah.
Because we're in the midst right now of some massive inflation.
Sure.
And we're seeing what's happening in the gas market and the oil market.
Yeah.
And do you know who's making? It's not like they're the owners or the gas companies, the oil companies, or the owner of Kellogg's is taking a hit.
Yeah.
The hit's coming at us.
Oh, it always.
They're making more money. They're making more. And when the oil prices, and I got a good friend who's in the oil business, and he has made it clear when the price of oil goes up, the billionaires make more money. The Exxons make more money. That's who makes more money, and we just pay for it. Unfortunately, I think it's going to end up happening.
That's what's happening with professional sports.
It is.
Yeah,
it's too bad.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But
do we want to take a break and then we'll come back?
Yeah, we'll table yours and we'll come back with yours. We'll be right back with more Mike and the Hoss. All right, well, welcome back to Mike and the Hoss. We are segment 2 of Mike and the Hoss, where New Hampshire Sports brought to you by Bailey's Bubble.
Family-owned and operated Bailey's Bubble in downtown Wolfboro serves the finest ice cream in the state from May through October. If you can't make it to Wolfboro for ice cream, you can still order their hot fudge, panucci, and butterscotch sauces at baileysbubble.com. My favorite is their homemade hot fudge. When placing your order, don't forget to tell them that Mike and the Hoss sent you.
We're going to spin this a little bit. I know yours is about the WNBA and the Savannah Bananas, and the Savannah Bananas are coming to New Hampshire.
They are.
Which you are going to.
I am. So on June 19th, they're coming to Delta Dental Stadium where the Fisher Cats play. So I am going. I'm taking my son. Looking forward to it on June 19th. And I've been wanting to see the Savannah Bananas since their inception. And it's funny, Mike, because I know you remember this, you were with me, that when we started talking about, hey, have you heard about the Savannah Bananas like 7 or 8 years ago when they first came on the scene, and now they have pretty much taken over. I want to say the United States, almost said the planet, but they've taken over everything. I mean, they are doing everything right. And so as far as the Savannah Bananas go, I want to kind of tie this into the WNBA. Not that I want the WNBA to become like the Savannah Bananas, but I just wanted to kind of hit on a few points that the Bananas do well. And we all know the Savannah Bananas. They've turned baseball into really an entertainment-first industry. You have your fast-paced games. You have your constant entertainment. They've taken social media and they've mastered it. And this is where I want to talk a little bit about the WNBA. If you follow any, I don't know if you guys follow the Savannah Bananas social media. I do, just because it's fascinating and it's just so, obviously we run a sports talk show and I want our social media to be as good as the Savannah Bananas.
Ours is pretty good. Thank you to you.
Absolutely. But if you look at the Savannah Bananas, this is something that the WNBA can take a look at. They're huge on TikTok. They're huge on Instagram. They do YouTube shorts. They have these funny clips, quick little reels here and there. They are just masters of it as far as being able to attract everyone. It appeals to kids. It appeals to guys. It appeals to women. It just appeals to the entire culture of Savannah Bananas. And it really, it's funny because it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with baseball. Baseball's part of it, but it's just an entertainment piece. They've got the comedy piece. The WNBA needs to probably, I think, sit down with some of these executives that run the social media for the Savannah Bananas and say, what are you guys doing? Do you follow WNBA social media? If you don't, start doing it. It's awful. It's like, it looks like I'm doing their social media. It's that bad. Like I couldn't, you know what I mean? I could barely, like if I tried to do a video of us right now, I couldn't do it.
Do you think it's because the WNBA wants to be taken seriously? So they don't want to go down that, mascot throwing T-shirts in the stands road like you do it at Savannah. I'm using examples, obviously, or dancing on the field. The Savannah Bananas have definitely found a niche that they are a entertainment first.
They are. That's what the product is, with some baseball thrown in.
Right. WNBA probably doesn't want to do that. They probably want to be considered, we are serious athletes, we are serious basketball players. Then we're the entertainment.
I don't disagree with that, but what I'm saying is you can still take your athleticism sport first and use some of the techniques that the Savannah Bananas are doing to kind of excite people to want to watch the WNBA. They're not doing it. I just think that they're an ultimate fail with that. The other thing is, how about players with personality? Now they're trying that product. The WNBA is trying that product with Angel Reese. Her personality is terrible. Nobody wants to see a negative Nelly. It's that she's not the Dennis Rodman of the WNBA. Like Dennis Rodman kind of had something going on. So she has no charisma like Angel Reese. So I'm not sure why the WNBA is saying, like, we as non-experts in charisma can look at her and be like, yeah, I don't want to root for her. There's nothing about her that makes me want to watch the WNBA.
I don't disagree with you. She does have a following, though. She does. There are people that do follow her. She has a podcast. I mean, she is in her world, and in a certain
which is tiny compared to where the WNBA should be.
Dog wants to jump in.
Yes, guys, to your point, the WNBA's social media is a lot like the NBA's social media. They're kind of, they want to run it on the same plane where there's not too much marketing, but enough marketing that you know who's who. But the whole charisma thing, to your point, though, again, I think they're just waiting in the wings for Juju Watkins or someone the next one to show up. I mean, Caitlin Clarkson, enough endorsements already. To your point, Angel Reese, trying to get her going, but she does have a following, a podcast, as you mentioned. And I think they're just either waiting for the next shoe to drop for the next star, whether that, as I said, Juju Watkins, or maybe they have more Paige Becker's Wingstop commercials and waiting in the wings. I don't know.
Maybe that'd be great.
Well, let's not forget
Kelsey Plum Arsenal. Yeah, I mean that if she were the face of the WNBA,
get better.
And then the other piece I just wanted to touch on a little bit is tickets. So if you remember when the WNBA kind of started becoming popular again in the past couple of years, you could go to a WNBA game for $20. All right, no big deal. Like it'd be awesome. That's good. So the tickets, we were talking about tickets in the first segment. The prices have gone up, and up. If you said to me, Mike, hey, do you want to go to see a WNBA game? I'm like, sure. How much are tickets? And you told me they're $83. I'm like, no, I don't want to spend $83 to go see a WNBA game. So what the WNBA should do is they should offer tickets at a lower cost, maybe with some family-friendly options to get people in the seats. If you sell a $20 ticket and put the two of us in the seats, we might be excited and be like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. What a great night. Let's go again. And all of a sudden you have created fans potentially for life. But for $83, I'm not going.
I see a lot of empty seats when I look at the WNBA.
Yeah,
game.
I'm not
I
going.
still
I'm not
do.
paying that kind of
And
money.
Their model is losing money. They're still losing money, and they're going to lose more money this year because they jacked the salaries up. And I know that they have a new TV deal, but that's getting eaten up by all the salary that they jacked up, and it's right now it's a losing model, and I don't. Maybe they're going to listen to you.
I mean, when the Savannah Bananas started, Jesse Cole, the founder of the Savannah Bananas, he in a recent interview, he said, when we first started, he said, this is not a joke. We were actually paying people in food to go to games. Yeah. Please come to this game. Here's a hot dog and a Coke.
And now it's a $100 million operation.
Absolutely,
so,
because they got fans for life.
All right. This is. I know this is a little bit silly, and we're
going to your phone.
We're going to my phone. This is what's in Mike's phone, and the story is, you're on social media, you're doing whatever, and for the past 4 or 5 weeks, whenever I see something, I said, "Oh, I want to talk about that."
You put it in your phone.
I message myself with it.
Oh, good.
I message with myself, but I never bring it to the show because I forget that I have it or whatever. And so last night I was like, and I went through this long list of things that I had messaged. I said, you know what? It's time to go through Mike's phone and see what we have. So I'm just going to quickly run through some of these things because I think they're worthy to talk about. The first one, have you followed the Big League Advance lawsuit with Fernando Tatis?
I haven't been.
Have you seen this whole thing?
No.
So Big League Advance is a company that takes a chance, and they advance money to minor league players based on what they think that they're going to do and what they need.
Okay.
But the deal is that they get a percentage of their income for life.
Okay.
If they make it to the major leagues.
All right. So can I ask a question while you're explaining?
Yeah.
So all right. So let's say you're a AAA player, Mike Dene.
Yeah.
So this company, Big League Advance, is going to say, you've got the it, and
yes.
we think you're going to make $100 million over your career.
Whatever.
Okay. They give you that money?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
They get I'll use Fernando Tatis. So
yeah.
Fernando Tatis, they took a chance on Fernando Tatis and they gave him $2 million.
Okay.
And Fernando Tatis specifically said, "This helped me. It helped me hire a trainer. It helped me eat better. It helped me," because we know minor league salaries,
coach or whatever,
all that kind of stuff. And so I was able to do that. And so then he made it to the major leagues.
Okay.
And they gave him $2 million based on the fact that Fernando Tatis has to give them 10% of his major league earnings.
Okay.
Forever.
All right.
Fernando Tatis just signed a $300 and something million deal.
Yeah.
And he owes Big League Advance $3.74 million
10% of that
per year.
Okay.
$3.74 million per year because his salary is $37 million or whatever it is.
Can I ask a question? What happens if they gave him the $2 million, but he never made the big leagues?
It's their loss.
Their loss.
It's
so
their
he doesn't
loss.
have to pay that $2 million.
No.
Okay.
It's completely. It's not a loan.
Gotcha.
It's an agreement that we're going to give you this $2 million
if you make it big.
you make it. And it's only to major leagues. It's not endorsements. It's not anything like that. It's from major league salary.
Major league salary. Okay.
And Fernando Tatis brought him to court, and Big League Advance won, which I think they should. I think they should win.
That was their business model.
So I use whatever words they said, targeting or something like that. That they backed him into the corner for this. But they gave him $2 million.
Yeah.
They followed through, and
he signed on the line. Yeah.
And so we're going to start seeing this more and more.
Yeah.
That you're going to have agents, maybe, or if you have the money, it's not a bad. So the $2 million that they invested, they're going to be picking up $37 million from this because they won over the life of this contract. And then the next contract and the next contract. I'm guessing there's going to be a buyout. I'm guessing that's where it's going to end up going. Yeah. That Fernando's going to say, "Look, I'll give you $20 million now, and then can we just end this thing?" Yeah. But anyway, that was on my phone.
I like it.
Big League Advance.
Yeah.
Another thing that was on my phone. Did you catch the? I know. Are we over already? No, we're good.
We're good.
So the 11U coach who told the pitcher to throw out a batter in the head.
Watch the video.
And then threw it. And then had him fire the ball into the dugout.
Yep. Watched it.
No consequences for the coach.
Unbelievable.
And that's a good word to say. It's unbelievable. Somewhere along the lines, youth baseball has to get a hold of this thing and understand that it's not the major leagues.
Right.
Which brings me to my next point. This week when we were umpiring, I ejected my first player.
Yes, you did.
And I'm not going to name names of towns or anything like that in case they're listening, but you know who you are. The first time, middle school, ejected.
First time for either of us.
First time for either of us. Chirping about the strike zone.
Yeah.
If I was a great umpire, I probably wouldn't be doing middle school, but I feel like I'm an adequate umpire for middle
I
school.
think you're good.
I warned the coach. I said, Coach, there's a lot of chatter coming from your bench right now. I'm going to suggest that you have them stop, or I'm going to start tossing kids.
Yeah.
Didn't stop. Kept going. And finally I tossed.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I don't like umpiring, you like umpiring more than I do.
Yeah.
Is because the confrontation.
Yeah.
And the coach did not do his part in settling his team down. After the warning, after saying that you went over the line. I told you the story, and I'm in the parking lot. I get approached by a couple of the parents from this other team.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Get the phones out.
So you're like, Charlie's already left.
Get the phones
Nobody's
out.
got my back.
And they came over to thank me.
Yeah.
They thanked me because it needed to happen, that he'd been doing it all year long. And it bothered me more. I appreciated them thanking me, but it bothered me more that this was being allowed. You and I were coaching. We never, ever allowed the kids to chirp.
No, never.
To chirp the umpire, to chirp Grant, every once in a while, maybe there was something that said, come on, bring it up, whatever.
Yeah.
But we stopped. This was a real problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one more thing off my phone.
All right.
I saw this come through. It was a comparison of Dwight Evans and Jim Rice.
Oh, love them both.
Now, I am a big Jim Rice honk. I really am.
Yeah.
I wore his number when I was young and everything like that.
Yeah.
But comparing the stats of Dwight Evans and Jim Rice, Dwight Evans is 67.2 WAR.
Wow.
Okay, career.
Yep.
47.7 for Jim Rice.
Okay. It's a big difference, 20-point difference.
Dwight Evans played more games. He had more plate appearances, so he wins that one. Dwight Evans has more home runs than Jim Rice.
Wow.
Did you ever think about that one?
Nope.
Dwight Evans stole more bases. Dwight Evans had a better on-base percentage.
Wow.
Now, was Jim Rice a more feared slugger? Absolutely.
Yes.
Dwight Evans was a significantly better outfielder. I mean,
Defensively.
Dewey had the cannon. He had the original cannon.
Yeah.
Jim Rice is in the Hall of Fame. Why isn't Dwight Evans in the Hall of Fame?
No, my gosh. Maybe it's because Jim Rice saved a child at Fenway Park.
Do you think Cooperstown people are listening here? The baseball writers are listening to us and say, let's get Dewey in the
I
Hall
hope
of
so,
Fame.
because I don't want to. I mean, we're not going to take Jim Rice out. I think Jim Rice deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Dog.
Yeah.
Guys, this happens every year should Dwight Evans be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And every year, the case for him just gets better and better and better. And I think eventually, it's going to happen within the next 3 to 5 years. If you look at the stats, he should be in the Hall of Fame based on his stats.
Yeah, right there.
I agree. Oh, wouldn't that be great?
It would be.
Jim Rice and Dwight Evans.
Right, we'll be right back. More Mike and Hoss. Hey, welcome back to Mike and Hoss and the Pulse of New Hampshire. We're going to talk Red Sox real quick. And I know that it has been a negative talking Red Sox, especially when they play at home.
It has been.
The good news is they're away. They're in Cleveland this weekend. And
Dogs, Cleveland Guardians.
Yes, and so you can catch them later today, 3:10 pregame, 4:10 first pitch. It's Sonny Gray against Parker Messick. This is a pretty good matchup. Sonny Gray's 5-1 right now. Parker Messick's 6-1 with a 2.24 ERA. I haven't followed the Guardians, dog. Guardians legit this year?
First place, and you've got potential rookies of the year in Parker Messick, who I saw pitch. He didn't have enough innings last year to qualify. But I did see him pitch when he played for against the Tampa Bay Rays when I was in Tampa at Steinbrenner Field. And I also saw him pitch at Fenway earlier in the week and told him, because I got to meet him shortly thereafter when the game was over, that, hey, I saw you pitch at Fenway. So you've got him and Chase DeLauder as well. And Travis Bazana is coming into his own, the Thunder from Down Under, Mike.
That's awesome. That's
great.
awesome. So the Red Sox are probably not going to get out of their funk this weekend.
Probably not.
That's what it sounds like. Good news. Marcelo Mayer started playing shortstop.
Yeah, which is where we need him. That's his natural position.
And he's looked good.
Yeah.
He's looked good. Still, he had a few hits the other day. I think his average is a little bit better. More good news. Caleb Durbin has not been playing every day.
Right.
Bad news. Well, bad and good news. Roman Anthony is still hurt. It's a finger injury.
A ring finger, right?
Yeah. He started swinging. They were hoping that this weekend he was going to start hitting off a tee. Is he soft?
I wanted you to say that. I mean,
is he
come
soft?
on. Like, it's funny. You've seen some of the comments, like, tape the two fingers together and get out there and play. Like, come on, man. Get out and play some baseball.
You're 21 years old.
Yeah.
Why are we? It just feels like he's taken a lot of time off in the past year. We're coming up on his anniversary of when he got called up, and he's been out for more games than he's been in.
Yeah.
And the numbers aren't that great. It's been like he's played like 80 games. I think the number is like somewhere around 80 games, or 5 home runs.
Yeah.
These. I'm not going to say he's a bust. I'm not saying he's a bust.
There is pizza in the front office, so if you're working the hands or any way, shape, or form, please come on down and grab some pizza.
So the Red Sox, it's a bright spot. Sonny Gray, who's pitching today.
Absolutely.
That's a bright spot.
Yeah. And Marcel Lemaire, that's a bright spot.
Well, Marcel Lemaire playing shortstop is a bright spot.
That's
How
what I
he's
mean.
playing is not that great.
How he's hitting.
How he's hitting is not that great.
Right.
There's not really that much to talk about it. I was listening to Jared Carrabis the other night, and he talked about the algorithm and that it's time for the Red Sox to find a new algorithm because their algorithm is not working. If they're doing this thing scientifically and mathematically, it's not working.
Right.
And it's time to scrap it.
They need a new math program.
They do. It's time to scrap the whole. And we've been talking about their philosophy, and it really is time to scrap it because it's not working, Charlie.
Yeah, no, agreed. And as a Red Sox fan, it's very frustrating for us because the hole's getting deeper and deeper to, we always want them to be relevant come August, come September. And right now they're not even relevant. And here we are just entering June.
They are relevant because they're so bad that they've become relevant on the other end. That we're talking about and complaining about them. And it's not just us. It's almost national as far as how ridiculous the Red Sox are.
I wonder what Vegas was thinking, because remember we look back at Vegas and Vegas had
86.
Yeah. But Vegas was also thinking that they have a shot at, being in the playoffs.
Yeah. 86 wins.
Yeah. So,
a Super Bowl team last year, the Patriots had OTAs this week.
they sure did.
Vrabel stepped out in front of the microphone, and guess what he didn't do?
He didn't say anything
Didn't say anything.
about the relationship.
Didn't talk about it. And all it did is just it keeps it going. It's just keeping it going. There are so many better ways that he could have dealt with this.
Yeah.
He could, and there's theories flying around all over the place about what really is going on. But, he brushed off missing the third day of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
He actually made the comment is that I don't really know all the players that are in the draft at that level or something like that. Some comment, quote like that, where I don't know the 300th player in the draft. Why?
Yeah.
Why go there? Why not go? Yes, it was important for me to be there, but my family needed me at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And so I was there for my family. We were working some things out. I appreciate the question, but I'm really focused on while I'm in the stadium, I'm focused on the football team and doing what's best for the New England Patriots.
Right.
And I have a lot of making up to do. And it goes away. It goes away. But no, that's not what he did. He belittled it.
Yeah.
He belittled it.
Yeah.
I
Think of how the whole narrative would change if he just came out and was honest with the media and just be like, yep, this is what I did. I screwed up. I made a mistake. This happened right now. I'm trying to work on it with my family and we're ready to focus on some football.
People care about this story. When I played golf league at the club the other night, I was playing with somebody who I hadn't played with before, but he knows about the show. He listens to the show and stuff. Yeah. And he said, I got something for you. He bumped into Mike Vrabel at the airport when Vrabel was going out to Salt Lake for the counseling. He was going from Costa Rica or something. I don't know, something like that. But he bumped him at the airport. And his kid said, hey, there's Mike Vrabel. People care about this.
Yeah.
They care. They want to know about that because he was heading out to the counseling. They know about the story.
Did you have a conversation with him?
No.
Mike, where are you going? What are you planning to do
What are you up
in
to?
Utah?
I don't know. It's just a mess. Let's close out this segment. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. The Knicks have just been waiting. They're waiting.
Yep.
And you've got the Spurs and the Thunder going to Game 7.
I'm so happy that the Spurs won the other night.
Yeah.
The league needs a Game 7 right now.
Yeah.
I really do believe
agreed.
that. I believe the NBA needs a Game 7 because I don't feel like there's been a lot of drama in these playoffs. You've had a lot of sweeps. You have a lot of blowouts. Even Game 6 was a blowout the other night.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying rigged. I'm not going there, but although there was an awful lot of money put on the Spurs to win Game 6.
Yeah.
And the NBA did everything they could to help the Spurs win Game 6. And it is almost as if the Thunder knew that it was not going to happen.
No.
And they just stopped playing.
We know it's
because
going to be Game
that
7.
game was over early.
It was.
And you don't see Game 6s, with a 35-point margin or whatever it was,
Yeah.
or something like that. it was over early. The Thunder just said, yeah, we're going to go to game 7, whether it be, and there's a lot of theories in the NBA about the NBA in terms of them manipulating referees to, for certain games, to extend games. The NBA doesn't help himself.
Right.
Because a lot of money was put on San Antonio for game 6.
Yeah.
And
what about two things? How about this for sports referees for playoff stuff? And I know this is kind of a little bit of a joke, but not really. If you just kind of like let's pull the ping pong balls. You put all the referees that are available and you pull them out, and that's it. And it's completely random, and they do it on national television, and that's who you get for your crew. So there's nobody can say it's Mike Danae and Charlie Hossack, boy, they're Celtics homers or whatever. Do something like that for whatever. I'm just throwing that out there. How fun would that be? That'd be kind of cool.
Have you ever reffed a basketball game?
I mean, at the lower level.
No, I know, but you've reffed the basketball. Yeah. It's not easy. It's it's incredibly subjective, and more subjective than I think than football.
Yeah,
I think if football holds a hold.
Yeah,
but a foul is did he get him on the hand? Did he get him on the wrist? Did he get him on the elbow?
Did he not get him?
Or a block? Oh my God, a block is so difficult to call. Was he in the space already?
Was it a charge? Exactly.
And you can't call travel in the NBA now because when was the last time that somebody called the travel? I mean, you guys see walking halfway up the court now, and it used to be you see old pictures of something from the 70s, and a guy takes a half a step and they're calling a travel on it. Now it's you got your set step, and then you get your start step, and then you get your twist step, and then you got all that stuff. Dog, go.
Curtis Gilmore could drag a suitcase now on his other hand, a basketball in one hand and a suitcase in the other. That's how much traveling he used to do.
That's true. You got your Euro step move.
Your Euro step. Yeah, it's just give me a break.
Yeah.
It just feels like the referees can dictate a game based on the subjectivity of the calls.
They can set the tone.
They really can.
Who do you want to see the Knicks play? Do you want to see the Spurs?
I want to see the Spurs. I want to see Wemby.
All right, Dog. Who do you want to see the Knicks play?
OKC, because I don't like repeats. Because this would be if the Knicks meet the Spurs, it would be a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals. As you know, I don't like repeats. I'm sick of it. Let's move on, please. Maybe next year for the Spurs. Maybe next year.
All right.
Well, Dog said let's move on. So let's go to break, and when we come back, you have a game for us.
I do.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the fourth and final segment of Mike and the Hoss, brought to us by Maine Love Water.
Yes, Maine Love Water and seltzers are sourced from pristine Maine waters, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste in every can. Next time you reach for a canned water or seltzer, choose Maine Love. Right from Sebago Lake in Maine.
I'm pretty thirsty, actually.
Yeah,
right now,
well, you can't drink this one.
I know, that's our prop.
That's our prop. We love this prop, but we love Maine Love Water. All right, I have a game for you guys today. It's called Two Takes and a Fake. Two truths and a lie, however you want to put it. 2 takes and a fake, I thought would be good. So I've got a series of questions. It's going to be obviously in 3. You guys are going to have to identify which one is fake. And we'll start with Mike, and we'll let Mike do it. If he were to get it wrong, Dog, then I'll just defer to you. And then the next series of questions, I'll start with you. We understand the rules?
Yes.
All right, here we go. All right. And some of these are, not super challenging, but some are. All right, here we go. The first take. The shortest player in NBA history was 5'3". A golfer once won a major championship using borrowed clubs. The NFL has always required players to wear helmets. Which one is the fake, Mike?
I'm going to say that no golfer has won a major championship with borrowed clubs.
Okay, Doug, what do you think?
Say the NFL hasn't always required to wear a helmet, even back in those old days.
That is correct. Dog, you got it. The NFL has always required players to wear helmets, always. So, Mike, believe it or not, a golfer once won a major championship using borrowed clubs.
You have a name on that one?
No, I don't have a name.
All
right, here we go. All right,
question.
Next up. All right, here we go. This one. Remember, we're playing 2 takes and a fake. Ready? Brazil has won more FIFA World Cups than any other country. The Stanley Cup was once accidentally left on the side of the road. No tennis player has ever won all 4 Grand Slams in one calendar year. Ooh, I'm going to let Dog start first.
I will go with, the tennis Grand Slams.
Okay, Doug says no tennis player has ever won all 4 Grand Slams in one calendar year. What do you think?
I am going with the tennis one also. I cannot think off the top of my head of a tennis player that has held them all at the same time.
Correct. You guys are both correct. Well done, gentlemen. All right, here's the next one. A Major League Baseball pitcher once threw a perfect game and still lost. Michael Jordan briefly played professional baseball. The Tour de France has been raced entirely outside of France at one time.
I don't believe Mike. Well, when you say professional baseball, are we talking that could include minor leagues? Or does
Yeah,
that
minor
include
league. Minor leagues is professional. I didn't
Okay.
say major league. Minor league's professional.
All right. You have to.
An MLB pitcher once threw a perfect game and still lost. Michael Jordan briefly played professional baseball, so any level of minors to major league. The Tour de France has been raced entirely outside of France.
I'm going to say Tour de France.
Okay. What do you think, Doug?
Perfect game. You can't lose a perfect game in baseball. You can lose a no-hitter. You can't lose a perfect game.
Well, it actually is. The Tour de France has been raced entirely outside of France.
So that I get that one right.
Yeah.
How can you lose
All
a
right.
perfect game in baseball?
I don't know. We'll have to verify that in a few minutes.
There's a couple of them. We're gonna bet these afterwards. Dog.
All right. How about this one? How about this one, guys? The Olympics once included tug of war as an official sport. A horse has won Sports Illustrated's Sportsman of the Year. A horse. The Super Bowl has never gone into overtime. Which one is the fake?
Ooh, I believe Secretariat was the Sportsman of the Year at one point. I'm not positive about that, but I believe that's what it was. What was the first one again?
The Olympics once included tug of war as an official sport.
That seems to make sense. And then Super Bowls in overtime. Oh, God. I feel like that happened, but I don't know. I'm going to say the Super Bowl in overtime. I don't like that answer, though.
Okay, you're saying Super Bowl in overtime?
That didn't happen.
All right. Dog.
Tug of
The
war.
question is, the Super Bowl has never gone into overtime, is saying.
I'm saying that
You're saying that's the lie.
I'm saying that's the lie.
All right.
I guess. What is it, Doug?
Tug of war for the Olympics. That's what I'm saying.
The tug of war for the Olympics, it's actually the Super Bowl has never gone into overtime, is the lie.
On an overtime twice.
Yes. Yeah, the question
Super
was,
Bowl's on an overtime twice. The Patriots and the Falcons
the Super Bowl
and-
has,
and the
let me repeat what I, let me repeat what I said.
I think it's how he's phrasing
The
it.
Super Bowl has never gone into
So
overtime.
he said never. I said that it has gone into overtime.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Little
Our-
semantics.
The guy with the questions is having a tough
A
time.
little I'm not having a tough time. All right, here we go. Ready? The first televised sporting event in the United States was baseball. Muhammad Ali once fought an exhibition match against a wrestler. Every Olympic host city has made a profit from hosting the games. The first televised sporting event in the U.S. was baseball. Muhammad Ali once fought an exhibition match against a wrestler. And every Olympic host city has made a profit from hosting the games.
Am I up or is Dog?
Yeah, dog is up.
Two truths. So 2 takes and a fake. I'll say baseball wasn't the first. Baseball being the first sport for major on television.
And I'm going to say there's the Olympics, that somebody has lost money at the Olympics.
Yes. So it is every Olympic host city has made a profit from hosting games. That is not true.
That's not true.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I mean, there's just a lot of evidence out there that the Olympics are one of the worst things that can happen to a city.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's do this one. A goalie in hockey has been credited with scoring a goal. So a goalie has scored a goal. The FIFA World Cup trophy was once stolen and later found by a dog. No Major League Baseball player has ever hit 4 home runs in a game. What is the lie? What is the fake?
I just have this feeling that I want to say Troy O'Leary hit 4 home runs in a game, but I know there's been others. So that's definitely true.
Okay.
The fake one's got to be the FIFA trophy and the dog. That's what I'm going with.
What do you think?
I think FIFA trophy and the dog.
Yeah, good job.
All right, we both got that one.
All right, here we go. All right. We have time for maybe one more. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's the last one.
Last one.
The New York Yankees had 3 players hit consecutive home runs to start a game. Olympic gold medals are made entirely of pure gold. Pele scored over 1,000 career goals.
I don't have Pele stats, but I believe. Oh, I'm not up first. Dog's up on this one.
Yeah, dog is.
Dog,
Pele
yeah.
scored over 1,000 career goals.
Not
What do
being
you say?
paid.
Gold medal.
Yes.
I'm saying the same thing. Gold
You guys
medal.
are right. Olympic gold medals are not made entirely of pure gold.
I like the game.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes when you're picking what's negative. I know dogs
We
waving
can do
at stuff.
positive, yeah. We can
could do-
switch it up
you know
in
what
the
I mean?
future.
As
And then you
far
know what
as-
we'll have? We'll have all the answers to who these people
Oh,
are.
that would be good because
Even better.
I want to check some of my stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Dog, thank you very much. And to everybody out there, thank you for listening. Thank you to Maine Love and all of our sponsors for helping us out on Mike and the Hoss. And we will be back next week for more Mike and the Hoss. Have a great week, everybody.